Hi, JJ. What can you tell us about what kind of job is this? Is this a good job to have, an enjoyable job, a tough job? What is it?
I think it's a wonderful career. In my case, it's a late calling. I was in my early 40s when I considered becoming a school bus driver. I had a little bit of experience in trucking. I have experience as a public school teacher. I have different.
I have a question. I also
Uh-huh.
heard you have a background in uh, prison corrections. Does that help with this, driving a school bus?
In a way, yes, and I'll tell you why. Because I served as a correctional officer for 5 years, and I think that you learn a lot about interpersonal relations. Jean-Claude Van Damme, that's good for the movies. When you are one correctional officer in a yard and there are 75 inmates, your interpersonal skills are what you have, are your biggest asset. And that was useful, even though we deal with a totally different clientele. Over here, we deal with school kids. Of course, the interpersonal skills that helps a lot. And I think that it's a wonderful career. It it was a late revelation in my life, but I love it very very much. It offers a lot of flexibility. So compared to, I mean, there are some truckers in this country that have to drive sleep deprived, that have to work 24/7, barely have time to take a shower, hardly ever take a whole night of sleep in their bed at home. Uh, this is a much more flexible schedule what we deal with over here as school bus drivers. I like it. You have some time off on the weekend. You have holidays. I mean, I don't even have time to look forward to the next holiday off. It happens, and then I have to ask my coworkers, is that true? Next Friday is off, and really. So, this part is very pleasant. Uh, the pay, and I think it's not just me saying that. I think whether you ask a bus driver, an administrator, a school board member, no matter what district on this continent, they pretty much all agree to say that you're not paid as much as you should, given the credentials and the level of professionalism that you are expected to demonstrate. So this is something that you should know. As far as job security, there is a shortage. Thousands of school bus drivers are needed, and tens of thousands of commercial drivers are needed as of now in this country. So as far as having a job, you don't really, as long as you keep a clean record and you remain professional, you don't really have to worry about job security. As far as the management style, local management, it varies a lot from, depending on what district that you work for. I would advise, if you want to know more, talk to the local bus drivers in your district where you have an interest in working. Look up, maybe you just need to look up the news. Maybe there's already enough information in the newspaper about how professional this district handles its business. So that's what I would do. I'm very fortunate. Right now, I'm speaking in my personal name. I'm not speaking in the name of the district I work for, but I happen to work for a very good district, so I'm very blessed on that one. As far as the co-workers, the school bus driving community is just awesome. Among the best people, I mean, that's the best work environment that I've ever run across. People look after each other. You don't deal with a bunch of gossip. It's pretty much, most bus drivers are straight shooters. They're professional. They look for the best interest of the kids, of the community, of people in general, drivers on the road. They try to do the right thing. So that's a big plus.
Okay. And how do you feel about professionalism on this job? What do you think of? I know that I see you in your quote unquote bus uniform, a t-shirt and jeans, and that's
Yeah.
okay.
Well, that's a good point that you brought up, because depending on what size the district is, there are many factors that can, you know, influence, the type of dress code that you are expected to follow. Some school districts will ask you to wear a safety vest. Some of them might, I don't know. I mean, some of them might say no jeans. Some of them might do it. I assume since we have to wash our own vehicles over here, it makes sense that we be allowed to wear blue jeans like this. Of course, I will say this. The more professional you are, the more careful you are about your driving. That is, be kind to other people on the road. Maintain a safe driving record. Show up at work alcohol and drug free. The way you take care of the way you're groomed, the way you take care of your personal appearance. Yes, I wear jeans, but I try to groom, somewhat professionally. The way you groom your own vehicle. If people see your vehicle from a distance and they're like, oh, that's JJ again, his bus looks like a piece of junk because he just doesn't care. Well, if you do not have that positive attitude, those high standards, people might not perceive you as positively. But if you have your act together, people will go the extra mile. I've had parents, you'd be surprised. I've had parents, sometimes it's a holiday or whatever, they'll hand me a gift card. I'm not saying do this job for that reason, but I'm trying to say the blessings that sometimes come your way just because of the way you handle yourself, because we deal with some pretty decent people out there. So, people will help you out if they feel that they get the respect back, especially.
Thank you.
Thank you.